Very neat.
They do not want to distinguish themselves from each other other than by name.
KawaiiRice and Ganon, siege tank portraits all around. So we are going into Delta Quadrant here on the fourth game of this series. Ganon is up 2-1 over KawaiiRice right now. As we were saying in the last one, a bit of a surprise, truthfully, as KawaiiRice was heavily favored going into this. But Ganon has shown that he is not going to give up on anything easy and is just going to play really hard in the screens. Ganon is your left screen there, and KawaiiRice is your right screen there, the players in the bottom. Ganon getting the southeastern spawn at the 7 o'clock position, and KawaiiRice getting the 11 o'clock position, northwestern spawn and southwestern spawn. So they're going to spawn close. This is Delta Quadrant. There isn't really close distances here. It's kind of the map can be cut directly in four. So it's quadrants. The only thing you would get is cross positions that would lend any sort of difference, but really it's about the same, other than there's a few destructible rocks, I believe, that can be taken out, or not even. It's a straight walk to the natural from this little overpass here, so Delta Quadrant, an interesting map being added to the ladder, but we thrown it in the map pool because of the ladder placements, and pretty good to see there. KawaiiRice, obviously, I'm going to see if what he can do differently here. He has done that take Marine a few times, and we'll see if it worked last time. It didn't work the first time, so we'll see which way he goes with that. As we are getting down, this is, like I said, the semifinals here at the Canadian Cup. We are at the DNA Internet Cafe in Richmond, British Columbia. I want to give a shout out to all our sponsors, Jinx, Sennheiser, Coca-Cola, and A-Power for putting up the prize pool for this, as well as helping us get everything in place and getting everybody out. So that's great. Thanks to all the players and spectators, obviously everybody on the stream. Big shout out to you guys. I couldn't go through all 360 of you, but I promise if I could, I would. But yeah, you guys are awesome, and thanks for sticking with us for most of the day, as many times as I'm turning the stream off. And remember, I am just turning it off to test it. I want to make sure the stream comes back on every time. It's good to restart the stream every once in a while just for no reason. So yeah, that's the reason we do it. It's all planned, I assure you. So thanks for sticking around, guys, through all that. I love you guys. And yeah, we're just really happy to be winding down the tournament. And looks like all the other Druby and Starlife are plotting right now. I'm waiting for Starlife to go Nancy Kerrigan on Druby, take out his mouse hand before anything happens. But we'll see what happens here as the first scout from KawaiiRice does reach Ganon and realize that they are kind of north-south positions here.
Yeah, and an advantage in terms of KawaiiRice, in terms of these north-south positions, is that the natural and the destructible rocks natural of Ganon's base are closer to KawaiiRice than Ganon is to KawaiiRice's natural and destructible rocks natural. So maybe KawaiiRice will go for some short air tactics by going for either even landing Vikings on the top would be a decent strategy, because then you could use those Vikings in your tanks and Marine line.
Yep.
Also, you could go for fast Banshees, of course, but then again, you are in danger of getting killed by all these Marines that are popping out for both players. We have already 4 Marines here for KawaiiRice and 2 Marines here for Ganon. So Ganon, not going for as many Marines as KawaiiRice right now, is still producing Marines, but instead going for a factory rather than more Marines. So definitely going to go for the tech path. We'll just have to wait and see what comes out of there. I'm really crossing my fingers. Hopefully we'll see something different, as, oh my goodness, this is like Foxer. This is like Foxer versus Zerg. This is a fast expanding Zerg. Foxer brings 4 Marines, a bunch of SCVs, and then tries to punish him for the fast expansion. But I think actually this might not work too well, as SCV's going to be taken off the line, and a lot of SCVs going down. There we go. That's not going to work.
Great bunker.
KawaiiRice losing a lot of SCVs there. He's now down in the pit. 1 Marine being misrallied there. Caught it at the last second, and is going to bring it right back to the base of KawaiiRice. KawaiiRice has to now struggle to keep his head above water, as he really needs to practice his swimming right now, as he is building a factory here. Needs to turtle up just a little bit more, because that loss, although it may not seem like much at this early point in the game, this is only 5 minutes in the game. I mean, a normal first push normally doesn't come around now, and with all those SCVs lost, you're taking a huge hit to your economy. As you see clearly here, it's about 200 minerals per minute deficit between Ganon and KawaiiRice, as KawaiiRice even being more aggressive, rallying more Marines here to Ganon's base, but Ganon's going to sit pretty tight there unless those Marines bypass the bunker and go straight for the mineral line, which is the only possible tactic I could see that would be viable if should he move inside the base. But I'm pretty sure he won't do that. He doesn't want to sacrifice more than what he's already lost. as instead of KawaiiRice going for Banshees, Ganon this time going for Banshees, which is really interesting. Looks like he wants to go straight for the higher heart of KawaiiRice, as KawaiiRice is behind right now in the mineral count, as well as the income, so he wants to make sure he punishes him as much as possible, make him go for some extra tech that may not be necessary, say a engineering bay and a couple turrets, which costs anywhere from 300 to 500 minerals in total to defend against that Banshee harass.
Yeah, the one thing to note is obviously Ganon doing the hidden tech there, so that, I believe the starport, let's just check that really quick, was missed by the scan of KawaiiRice. So KawaiiRice not aware that this is going on right now, so the Banshee will reach the back of KawaiiRice's base. Will be a bit of a surprise as KawaiiRice is still just getting his tech lab started. No, there is the engineering base, so switch back to production. Cloak is not done yet, but there will be significant damage done to KawaiiRice's SCVs as all of the Marines are severely out of position, now being retreated. So KawaiiRice is just going to suffer more SCV losses here, and he is stopped mining altogether. Will lose the building engineering bay, will lose a few more SCVs, and this Banshee has accumulated 6 kills. If Ganon could keep his micro up, which I'm sure he can, he will be able to pick off a few more Marines, as well as the building supply depots. Sorry, not supply depot, the engineering bay. The engineering, he does have a scan. The Marine army does reach it, so Ganon is aware there is the scan, so the Banshee will retreat. Banshee will get saved, though, and it will be able to be repaired, as a second Banshee is almost out to join it. I don't know where it was. Their third one? Nope. But this Banshee is cloaked again. Nope, sorry, clicking on my overlay. There is no scan yet, so this Banshee is just going to go back to work here. 15 kills for it. We'll have another 20 seconds of free reign. There is the Raven, actually. KawaiiRice switching to a Raven tech there, but just reducing KawaiiRice's numbers again. So Ganon is going to take this opportunity to get his expansion down. Checking the resource trade-off there. It's about 25 difference. As you mentioned, yeah, this starport is just critical. I once lost, actually, to a starport on this high ground here. This very high ground right here where I could not see it on any of my scouts or anything like that, and eventually the guy just rallied up a bunch of Vikings, landed them in my natural, and that was it. So Ganon is going to poke in here, as he does feel like he's in a really comfortable position. Brings a bunch of SCVs as well, so he is going to have a pretty good position. No siege. Oh, it does have siege. Ganon's got to get that siege up, where he's going to try to retreat down the ramp. I don't know if you want to choke on the ramp here. You got to get the repair on that tank, as Ganon is going to retreat. Doesn't want to suffer too many losses, but does get KawaiiRice stop mining again. So if we go to the income tab again, it's just dropped down to absolutely nothing. So there's just seconds are passing where KawaiiRice is acquiring no new resources and just really not able to produce. He lost the tech lab actually on his factory. That was just hit the tech lab. Oh, the Raven in the back too, doing some damage to the remaining SCVs. And that was shot down. A Banshee in the back. So it looks like KawaiiRice he doesn't even have siege mode yet. He cannot research it until the factory acquires its tech lab. So Ganon is just in a great position here. He has 3 tanks up and a few Marines and a few SCVs. So Ganon has not been able to reinforce. He is trying to get more barracks up. His production is very limited. Although Ganon did get the early Banshee surprise, his production has been very, very limited. So we'll see if he is going to push up here. This single Marine is actually going to test KawaiiRice's base here. Going to reach the natural, see that he is getting mined ahead of, and KawaiiRice's army is just dwindling. His resources are just dwindling constantly, as the Banshee has returned 3 kills on that, 4 kills on the Banshee. Auto turret going down. Auto turret's very durable. And they have the same range, and they do the same damage as a Marine, actually. So it's actually, or a little bit more damage than the Marine. So he will destroy this auto turret. The Banshee will stay out there to be able to scout, and the Viking returns. So this Viking will repel this Banshee, actually even kill it. Ganon no longer needs Banshees, as he has set up a low ground expansion on KawaiiRice, and he is just looking to hold him in there.
Yeah, Ganon being absolutely vicious with this play, going for Banshees, coming up the front, making sure that there is no quarter for Kauai to actually grow. And now we do have another confrontation between these two players, Marines, SCVs, repairing the siege tanks. And I mean, every single second that those SCVs are off the mining line, I'm thinking like it's 2 boxers in a ring, 1 boxer knocked out, and the referee is just tapping them out, going 1, 2, 3. It's just like that, because now even all these SCVs getting torn apart by these tanks. I mean, tanks, even though they do less damage to light units, it's no small amount, especially for these SCVs, just getting so much damage. As there we go, getting torn up. There are only 2 tanks left for KawaiiRice, as well as 3. Actually taking out 3 tanks, all 4 tanks there. Okay, so did do a little bit of damage there, but KawaiiRice has absolutely nothing left. He taps out. This has been a great series. GG, well played, good luck. and that's it.
Yeah, Ganon secures the spot in the final, so we will see Drewby versus Starlife right now, and that will be Ganon securing at least a $500 spot in the final. So stay tuned, guys. Drewby versus Starlife up next.